It's 5 o'clock p.m. here in Northeast Texas on Thursday, March 14th, 2024. There's a storm coming in. We're supposed to get a major thunderstorm, maybe some hail, maybe a big tornado too. We're kind of on the edge of the area that's going to be affected the most. Looks like we have to be north of the Red River to really see some of the danger. But what I wanted to focus your attention on here was we're in the middle of March, and all I can say is praise Jesus. That's really all I can say. Do you see that wire? It's buried by the grass there. You might think, oh, there's a little bit of a hill. Nope, that's flat. Let me just walk through that grass and show you how deep it is. It's well past my boot. It's up to my knee. So, well, this wire is a little low. I'll probably bring it up here with the post. But we got some grass here. Yeah, that's a more accurate representation. It was just a couple inches lower. So there was a bit of a high spot. I take that back. But look at that grass. And this grass continues over here. It continues into the cattle pen and the chicken area. I kept the chickens in one area. They've been, destroying that one piece of ground, but the chickens get out and do other things. I don't have that many chickens. I'm not too concerned about the damage they've done, especially because I know once I move them, that grass is going to come right back. The only negative point of this part of my pasture is that we don't get a lot of summer grass. So in the summertime, this is dead. But I think it was 2 years ago, in 2022, August of 2022, when I was staring at a desert here because of the drought, and I had a stand of grass just right there, just like this, in August. So does rotational grazing work? I think it does. I think it does. Look at all this hairy vetch. I didn't seed any hairy vetch up here. Hairy vetch is a legume. It's a very good legume. It's one that is very desirable. And we got all kinds of stuff. You can hear Rammy in the background calling. He wanted to come help me at the pasture. No, I took him by force. But so we're going to open up this area, let the cows in, and I imagine they're going to make a beeline for that grass. They've been looking at that grass for all day. So before we move them, though, I just wanted to compare between what they did and what they have to look forward to. My chief concern is, are they eating too much grass? Are they going too far down? And if they are, then I can't graze. But this is after they've grazed, so we got like 2 inches, 3 inches of grass. This little piece is about 4 inches. It's as tall as my fingers. So where they went there, it's a little yellow. If I were mowing my front lawn and I saw yellow like that, I go, oh, I went a little bit too deep. But it's certainly, there's like other stands that they just completely missed. Like here, they ate around that, they just missed it. I don't know why. But the cows are eager to move. They want that fresh grass. I'm just gonna grab the wire and just start walking. I can't roll it up with one hand. But let's just open it up. Let me call them. Whoa! Whoa! There we go. A couple of you commented on that red calf, the heifer calf. She was born in 2022. She's definitely pregnant. There she is, 19, right there. Somebody said in a couple weeks she'll probably deliver. I think she was born either halfway through 2022 or in the end. I didn't really record the date of birth. I got lazy, a little bit depressed. Okay, this little calf doesn't know what wire is yet. They do that sometimes. They'll learn. There's Rammy in the background calling for me. He's upset. He's like, hey, you're supposed to give me all the attention in the world. Here comes a straggler calf. Yeah, here comes Rammy. He's going to move too. All right, let's take a look at what they're doing in this grass. There's some super good grass here. Dark green is a nice color. The goal of grazing, and they're just going to be here this evening. Tomorrow morning I'm going to move them again. Give them tomorrow morning and then tomorrow evening. They'll get the last 2 sections of this row. The grass, when the cows come and nibble the tips of the grass, they take about 1/3 of the stalk and then they move on. You see this cow is just taking a bite and moving on. The cows are more interested in getting the tips of the grass blade, and you can see here what they've already done. So hopefully they won't come back to this little particular stand. And hopefully that's it. If they do this to all of the grass in the pasture, when I come back in 3 weeks or 6 weeks, that grass is going to be 4 feet tall. You know, it's going to grow rapidly, especially in this temperature. It's about 80 degrees right now. So hopefully this is enough to keep all the cows satisfied. I've been checking their manure, see if they're getting too much protein. And the patties that I've seen have looked really good. It looks like a good balance. So I don't think I missed the mark there. This again was my, this northern third of the pasture was set aside as stockpile according to Greg Judy's recommendation. So thank Greg Judy for that. And I didn't touch it. I did some light grazing with the sheep, like very light grazing. I just had 4 or 5 sheep at the time. Look at that cow going after the hairy vetch. Look at that. They just take a bite and they move on. The cows like to move. They do not like to stay in one spot. Even the calves are getting in on the action. There's Yellow preferring to eat clover over grass. She's trying to balance her diet and get some protein inside of her. You know, we want to see good and fat cows. Fat's good, but so is muscle. And they need lots of protein. Not as much as dogs or humans do, but they need plenty of protein to be healthy. And they can't get as much protein from most hay. So this new grass has protein in the right way that they need. Just the ideal situation for them. Hopefully this grass will help the mamas grow more milk too, so that their calves get plenty of milk. Some of the calves might be old enough to start grazing. So, and the chickens don't stay in the coop or in the netted area. I don't know what they're eating out here, but I assume it's like insects and grass. So I do feed the chickens. I give them, you know, layer feed, layer pellets. I try to collect eggs from them more or less successfully. We're not getting too many eggs because those chickens are old, but I'm planning, right now I'm planning a chicken, mobile chicken coop. I'm thinking maybe 10 feet by 16 feet. Probably enough that we could fit 80 layers comfortably. And the reason why I like chickens is they should be profitable. I should be able to make some money off of them. But more importantly, the chickens put down good manure. And they eat bugs. They dig up the patties. They go in there, they dig up the patties and they eat the bugs. The flies, they like to eat flies, grasshoppers. I harvested some Freedom Rangers. Wonderful meat chickens. I really like raising them. They're a lot of fun. Freedom Rangers. And I set the Freedom Rangers in a little pen so they didn't eat the night before. But when I went to harvest them, their gullets were full of grasshoppers. I don't know how they found those grasshoppers, but they were full of grasshoppers. So the grasshoppers eat dead grass, dying and dead grass. They don't eat healthy grass. I proved that last year. Down where that tree is, in that area, there's plenty of good, healthy Bermuda grass, so thick the goatweed can't even grow. And you can't even find a grasshopper in that area. But go outside that area where the grass isn't so healthy, there's all the grasshoppers you want to find in the world. My grasshopper count last year was quite a bit down from previous years, I think because the grass is getting healthier. But the grasshoppers have a role to play too. They eat dying grass. They digest it and poop it out like every other animal, which that's what we want to do. Build up the soil layer, things like that. We want the plants to work together. The goal is not a monoculture. This is old dead goatweed. Sticking up in the air, it's not very useful for the ground. The cows don't eat it, not when it's dry like this. I'm told that if I can keep ground cover in June and July, so that there's no sunlight on the soil, the goat weed can't germinate and sprout. So that's a way to keep the goat weed down, is to keep ground cover, you know. So yeah, I imagine I'll come back here tomorrow morning, and it'll probably be wet because we have a storm coming. But I imagine most of this grass will be mowed back a little bit, and I'll move the cows to the next area where they're going to have even more grass than they had today, and they're just going to be super happy about that. So, right? What a beautiful calf you were. Now you're a mama. 2 more cows should be giving me calves soon that I anticipated and wanted. This one, obviously, so if I get a 3rd calf, there's a high chance that calf's not going to survive. There's a good chance this mama's not going to be a good mama because she got pregnant too early. Who knows, it might be okay because she's almost 2 years old. But the 2 cows that I'm worrying about, I'm keeping my eyes on. One's back there. Taking a break? Oh man, the smell here. It smells so good, you know. There she is. You guys just lay down in the grass. It's like laying down on the dinner table. This is Blackie. I expect a calf from her this year. I'm not seeing signs that she's ready to give birth soon, but she should be impregnated. If not, then, well, she's going to visit the sale barn, get to meet all the other cows in the community that didn't make it. The other one is Yellow. Ah, there's Yellow. She was right behind me when I started looking for Blackie. Look at that. They just take the tips off. You know, they just take the top off and they move on to the next bite. And as long as there's plenty of grass and you move them quick enough off the area, they won't take a second bite. And that's what the grass needs to grow. That encourages grass growth. It encourages root growth. It's just exactly what the doctor ordered for grass. Everybody that has a lawn, they know that if you trim the grass at 1/3 of its length, that the grass will go silent for a couple days, and then a couple days later it'll start growing like mad. This is Yellow. I think she's getting close. I predicted 2 weeks ago, about a week ago. So any day now she should pop and we should see a new calf. Yellow's been giving me good calves. So I'm looking forward to another calf from her. Why do I know she's ready? Well, the rear end's swollen. The bags are filling in. You see the bags are getting a little bit bigger. Maybe another week or two. Maybe another week or two. And this one over here, I think is a similar age to that red calf, the red heifer calf, that's almost 2 years old. I don't think she's pregnant. She doesn't even have bags. Her rear does look a little swollen, so she might be in heat. If there were a bull nearby, she might be impregnated right now, which would be a good time to get her pregnated, except for the fact that the calf would be born earlier than I want. I'm going to bring the bulls in July, so I can get April calves. I want those calves born in grass taller than they are. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Just wonderful news, wonderful grass here. I'm so excited about this rotation. Hopefully, success will continue. Oh, I should tell you also, I did like a little survey of the field. I went back there to the end of the field and I kind of came around and looked. And the grass in the back of the field is just as good as the front of the field. The middle of the field, not so much. The middle of the field always has been kind of, you know, a little bit light on grass. But the back of the field is looking good. This whole side of the field is looking good. The back 20, my neighbor's back 20, I almost wanted to call him and say, hey, I wanted to get your opinion on what I've been doing with your back 20. Do you guys want me to keep going or do you want me to stop? And have them come take a look at the back 20 and say like, oh no, please keep going, you know. But it is my backup. So I'm trying to confine them to 60 acres. I'm trying to use stockpile. So the next stockpile I'm gonna start building is probably down there near my neighbor's property. Just take 1/3 of the field or something like that and just leave it fallow. You know, just don't touch it. maybe leave it till summer. If we come to summer, it's still not looking very good, I'll just leave it to autumn. And if we come to autumn, it's still not looking good, then I'll leave it till winter. And if it's still not looking good, then it'll be my spring stockpile as well. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. Guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.